to show solidarity in that when you're just absolutely not needed at all. There was no need for her to go there, no reason for her to be there, and she's just gone there just to say, "Hey, everyone, look at me. I'm with you. I'm on your side. I'm on your team." Just fuck off. But there you go. So we have what else? We have you've no idea what the highway code is, do you? So this is again there's a story circulating on X about thousands of foreign uninsured drivers on our roads in Britain, and they have no respect for our laws whatsoever. They could not care less. They absolutely do not care about having tax, insurance, MOT, anything like that. They just they just basically buy a car, get on the road, and just go out there, you know. And to be honest, I don't actually blame them that much, you know. If we've shown that much weakness in other places of England, then why would they respect sort of anything else that we do in England? It's utterly ridiculous. I don't, you know, it's like saying to a kid, letting them run rampant all day, doing exactly what they want, going crazy, and then 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you suddenly want to enforce laws on them that will make them behave. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it, and it's exactly the same with these asylum seekers. They're not going to do it. Okay, they're used to breaking the law in Britain now. They do not give a shit. Yeah, and that's the way it's just going to keep going. We know our police are weak. We know our judiciary systems are weak. So so why wouldn't they just yeah run amok? I personally don't blame them. Um, yeah, it's our well, not our fault, but it's our government's fault. It's our police's fault. Um, and don't worry, I'm going to get to that guy yesterday who admitted that the police are absolutely petrified of Muslim areas and of those Muslims taking up arms and basically going after the police and stuff. And again, what do you expect them to do then? Of course, they're going to take advantage of that. Of course, they're going to abuse that. Why wouldn't they? So there you go. If I was above the law in any way, yeah, I'd be out there breaking the law every day. So why wouldn't they? It's ridiculous. So a murderer is on the loose in Britain. He was put into an open prison. You know, yeah, was he? Put into an open prison, and he literally and obviously David Lammy has taken control of the of the prison systems, hasn't he? I would love to know how that first meeting went with David Lammy. I would love to be on a fly on the wall and just sit there and just listen to the utter nonsense that would come out of David Lammy's mouth. Because you know he has not got a clue how to run it, and he'll just make it up as he goes along. It's fucking insane, but there you go. So what's this one here? Okay. So we have a major oil refinery being saved. Piss off. Being saved in Lincolnshire by an American firm. The oil refinery based in northeast Lincolnshire, which was on the brink of collapse after falling into administration, has been saved in much needed win for the UK economy. How? How is that a win for the UK economy? We've made it unprofitable. It's oil for fuck's sake. Everyone makes money off of oil. It's that's why that's why you say, you know, there's wars for oil and everything throughout the world. You know, if you find oil, you know you're going to be set for life. So how the hell have we managed to screw that up? God knows. This is Britain, you know. It's just how it is. So yeah, I mean, the news has put this out there like it's a good thing that this oil refinery on the brink of collapse has been saved by an American company called Phillips 66. But again, that's going to be more money going out of Britain now. So how is that a good thing? I don't understand the logic of these people. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. Keir Starmer's Brexit betrayal exposed. PM plots to drag Britain back into EU single market alignment. Yeah, we've known this for a while, and it's Keir Starmer. He does not give a crap about democracy. He just wants to do what he wants to do, and screw everyone else basically. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he's now cozying up to the EU again, and probably looking to rejoin the free market. And it's just not what we voted for. Whether it's the right thing to do or whether it's the wrong thing to do, you have to stick by democracy. And we voted not to stay part of the European Union trade. And that's how we've come up with these trades with India, America, and so forth, so on, independent of Europe. But yeah, he's gonna. It'll happen. You know, if you're sitting there thinking it won't happen, he won't get away with it or anything. Yeah, he will. He'll absolutely get away with it. It will absolutely happen. Basically, we are rejoining the European Union market. So, you know, if you want to scream and shout about that and so show how annoyed you are, please feel free to do so. But it's going to get us nowhere. You know, you can cry about it, but it is what it is. This courageous civil servant claims the HR department is run by activists. A transgender person can have 13 weeks paid leave for a boob job, but a woman with breast cancer won't receive any time off for reconstructive surgery. She'd have to take it as holiday. So let me get this straight. If a woman had breast cancer and needed to have reconstructive surgery on her chestal area to get it looking cosmetically pleasing again, so she can feel good about herself, I guess. She would have to take that as holiday. But if a man says, "Hey, I want to be a woman. I wouldn't mind a set of them old chesticles," he can get he can get paid leave for that. That's how that works. That is incredible. It's just again insane how it works. But you've got to there's almost a level of admiration for their stupidity and what they how they think they're going to get away with this. It just doesn't make sense to me. How they think that I mean, they will get away with it, obviously, and they have been getting away with it. But I mean, how they expect to get away with no sort of pushback at all without people saying you're fucking idiots. Just sort it out for God's sake. And it's absolutely it's shambolic. But that is this country. There's a reason why people say Britain doesn't work anymore, and it's because Britain doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't make sense anymore. It's a place that just absolutely does not make sense. Okay, Hope Not Hate operative and former Labour councillor Leron Woodcock Velleman has been convicted of sending explicit texts and images to a 13-year-old girl. So I mean, he's definitely a wrong one. One, because he's part of Hope Not Hate, and two, because he's a Labour councillor. So Labour Labour as a party, they have a massive problem with paedophilia and sexual deviance, basically. If you haven't seen the list, go on X and ask somebody to show you the list. Feel free to message me on X if you want and ask to see the list. There is a list of Labour MPs, councillors, and all that, so on and so forth. It's so long. It's a great big list of just sexual deviants and perverts and stuff, all in Labour. Labour really is the party of perverts. Like I said, hope not hate. If you've not come across those before, they are another group. I don't really know what you'd call them, activists, I guess. They are another group that are that have just got wrong uns in. Nick Lowles, who at one point ran Hope Not Hate, he actually, I believe it's Tommy Robinson's friend, that he went to Tommy Robinson's friend's hotel room after they did like an interview together and stripped off naked in front of this like young guy. I think that the guy was only like 19, 20 or something. He wasn't underage, but he I'm pretty sure the guy was straight. But yeah, Nick Knowles, or I think it was one of Nick Knowles' mates from Hope Not Hate, went to his hotel room, stripped off, and wanted him to, you know. So again, it's just one of those companies or organizations, whatever it is. I don't really know what Hope Not Hate is. They need to just give up and just fuck off. They they're another one like Keir Starmer. They will absolutely throw anyone under the bus and actively attack them if they even mention anything that Hope Not Hate does not agree with. They are a disgusting organization. They absolutely should be cancelled. But I don't run the world, so you know. So there is an illegal migrant who comes from Syria, wears a keffiyeh, massive Islamist. He's been interviewed, and this video is circulating online, mostly on X, I would have thought. But he's an illegal immigrant, comes from Syria, wears a keffiyeh, massive Islamist. He works as a DPD delivery man. So he admits this. He doesn't try hiding it. He absolutely admits this. He works as a DPD delivery driver, so he can see which homes have lone women living in them, so that he can then go back later, obviously, and well, what I mean, what can you say? What can you? I don't understand Britain. I don't understand Britain anymore. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. It just, God, oh, how we fallen now. Okay, a National Trust volunteer who pointed out spelling mistakes and factual errors on the Trust's website has been banned for criticising the charity's boss. Andy Jones, 71, volunteers at the Trust for 14 years. 14 years. So it's not shit. So it's not like he was new to it and like everyone else knew, you don't correct like the boss or anything. He'd been there for 14 years, volunteering, and he corrected his boss on some facts and and some grammar and stuff, and yeah, just gets sent down the road. So the manager said that the decision followed a series of instances of behavior, language, or attitude that did not respect the that did not reflect the respectful and inclusive culture we strive for. Ah, so again, just do you see the pattern here? Again, it's I bet that guy was like a big fan of Hope Not Hate and Labour. Because yeah, that's exactly what they do. They're all exactly the same. Just if you go against the grain a little bit, if you go against what I believe, then I'm going to cancel you, then I'm going to fire you, then I'm going to attack you. And that's exactly what's happened there. Absolutely brilliant. It's not a surprise in any way at all. And as that woman said from the previous story about the NHS, they are everywhere. These leftists are in every institution in Britain, and that's why nothing works anymore. Because they're all just sitting around going DEI, 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 and they're not doing any actual work. It's yeah. All right, fair enough. We'll go with that. So on Monday we had, is this Monday? Yes, on Monday we had the first wave of small boat migrants reached the UK in 2026 as dozens cross channel in sub-zero temperatures. So does it say how many there were on this boat? It just says dozens. But yeah, they are back up and running. The Calais uh, the Calais boat gangs, the people smuggling gangs, Keir Starmer. Yeah, that they're back up and running. Um, yeah, who's surprised? I'm certainly not. I'm sure there'll be many more that will come across today. There'll be many more that come across tomorrow, and every day for the till the end of time. They're just coming across. They do not care. Like I said, I don't really blame them. It's one of those things. We should be stronger country. We should have a stronger government, stronger borders, and we don't. So they are more than happy to come across and abuse that system. Um, yeah. If it, the thing is, I would do it myself. You know, if somebody told me of another country that would let you in, house you, yeah, yeah, you can do anything you want there. Um, you'll get housed, spending money, all this other stuff. Yeah, I'd go there. Why not? Why not? Keir Starmer says Nigel Farage says things that aren't true. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I mean, I'd probably just put that in there just for a quick giggle. Like Keir Starmer calling anyone a liar, basically, is just absolute hilarity, in my opinion. He I mean, I'd like to think I haven't watched the video of him actually saying that, nor will I probably. But I would like to I probably will look at a clip of it, just to see if Keir Starmer says it with any conviction, you know, whether he says it thinking that people are actually believing it and that people aren't thinking, well, you're a corrupt asshole. And polls are showing that out of the two of you, a lot of people kind of prefer Nigel Farage now. So, Keir Starmer, you might want to keep your mouth shut, mate. But again, he's one of those people. He's just a lefty that doesn't get it. He can never understand it. He thinks people are listening to his drivel, his nonsense, but they're not. We're all just laughing at him, really, just thinking, well, if we can get through the next sort of 4 to 5 years and and survive until 2029, then we can get rid of this tyrant, this absolute fuckbag, and maybe put Britain back together a little bit. Maybe. Teen girl thugs film themselves laughing and posing for selfies as they savagely beat homeless man to death with a gin bottle. And they finally been jailed. Fucking hell. So is this JD Bingham, 18, aka Ghost? Of course, she's got a fucking. Let me do that. Hear that? So you know you're cool from the noughties, from the 90s as well. They're all doing that. Anyway, yeah, so she thinks she's fucking awesome. She's got a nickname Ghost, and she beat a homeless guy to death with a gym bottle. Nice girl. She'll probably be back out on the streets in, well, 2 hours, 3 hours, I would have thought. It does say that she has been sentenced um, for a combined 23 years. Judge, victim was vulnerable, outnumbered, repeatedly struck in a sickening assault. Particularly callous, ruthless brutality of the county lines gangs. The ages are particularly shocking, but these teenagers do not excuse their violent actions. Yeah, again, criminals are gonna do everything they can to make more money, do jobs cheaper, expand their territories, and that we all know how gangs work. And I can remember, weren't they giving school children new pairs of trainers and tracksuits and things like that? Um, Quite a few years ago, like 10, 15 years ago now, they were giving them, yeah, like clothing, for smuggling drugs and selling drugs in schools and stuff like that. So again, this is nothing new. I hate it when news sources. I hate it when GB News, Talk, BBC, ITV, Sky. I hate it when they present something as new, as news, that you should be shocked by. And anyone that knows anything about what's been going on in England over the past sort of 20, 30, 40 years, it's just not surprised by it at all. You just sit there and you go, well, yeah, I mean, it's it's been good. Don't pretend you don't know about it, for God's sake. Just absolute craziness, craziness. Nicolas Maduro says he's been kidnapped and tells judge, I am still president, as he pleads not guilty. You're not though, are you? You're not. No, you're not the president. No, I just like the thought of Maduro sitting in a cell going, "I'm still president. I'm still president. I'm still here," and all the guards are just tapping the old thingy as they with the baton as they go past the cells, just saying, "Fuck off, Maduro." You're no longer president, mate. You can't be president from a jail cell, can you? So yeah, Maduro is he can go fuck himself. And again, the left are sticking up for this guy. So if you are one of the left watching this right now, and you've been out marching for him and sticking up for him and saying, "Oh, this is a travesty. You should release him right now and put him in power," then you're a twat. Yeah, absolutely, you're a fuck nugget. He was a tyrant. He was unelected through any kind of democracy. He, oh god, the left, just absolutely amazing. Two high street chains, this is pubs, by the way. Two high street chains plunge into administration in blow to British high streets, over 2,000 jobs at risk. Oh, this isn't pubs. I do apologize. That was my mistake. This is Claire's Accessories. Chains Claire's. It doesn't say accessories there though, actually. So I don't know if Claire's and Claire's Accessories are different shops. I wouldn't have thought so. I would have thought there'd be some kind of copyright infringement on that. But you never know these days. I mean, this is Britain. So high street chains Claire's and the original shop factory, or the original factory shop, have entered administration, placing around 2,500 jobs at risk. Yeah, I mean, this is again, this is nothing new. This isn't something that's going to stop happening. There are going to be more shops that will close down before 2029. The high street will basically become a desolate wasteland. until 2029, and then maybe, just maybe, we can start to put together a country again. But until that time comes, we are stuck under Keir Starmer, the tyrant, and all of his little laggies that haven't got a clue what they're doing. And that's just the way it is for now. I mean, I don't understand why people are working in Britain today, other than like NHS workers and things like that, that have to really. I don't understand. I was an electrical engineer. I've got mental health issues now, but even if I didn't, I don't think I'd be going out to work now because of Keir Starmer. I just wouldn't want to put any money into that, into the system currently. It's ridiculous. He We need to just put down our tools, protest as a nation for a day, and get it done that way. But the country is, there's no unity at all. So there's no way you'd get that off the ground. Um, there you go. It's just one of those things, isn't it? I mean, look at Iran right now. Iran, they are taking back their country. Why? Well, because they're pretty unified. They've hated the mullahs for decades, and they're all unified in a target that they all want to achieve. And look what they're accomplishing. 10 days straight now they've been basically rioting, and the IRGC in Iran is about to crumble. It's on its ass. You even got police stations now. The police within the police stations in Tehran and other cities throughout Iran, where the police themselves are throwing down their uniforms, and they're going out to riot with the people, because they've just had enough of an Islamic State. And good on them, absolutely good on them. It needs to happen in Britain as well, but I doubt it will. Okay. Hundreds of people are gathering right now in central London at the Solidarity for Venezuela protest. Morons. Morons. Absolute brain dead morons. Yeah, so this is back to the Maduro thing that I was just talking about. Um, yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise, is it? We knew that the left would come out and say we're in solidarity with Maduro, even though he's not elected and he's just a tyrant. But again, it's not a surprise. But know that they are up and down London. I believe they have been for a couple of days now, and they are they are protesting for a tyrant. Righto. The only thing I can think of is, do they have trade stations at these protests now where you can trade in your Palestine flag and get a Venezuelan flag? Is that something they're doing? Maybe they trade in their Palestine flags, and somebody there and then sort of rejigs it, and it becomes a Venezuelan flag. Ta-da! And they go back out. Yeah. Go Palestine. I mean, Venezuela. Go Venezuela. Yeah. Fucking morons. There you go. We have a florist has lost a race discrimination case after Muslim colleague made gagging noises while she ate a ham sandwich. Yes, I'm absolutely not surprised by this. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. When I was working on site as a Sparky, and I did some new builds and stuff, I did a bit of everything. And there was once I was working down in Weymouth, I believe it was, and or around that area, Dorset kind of way. And there was a Muslim guy that came onto site, and he was I can't I think he was a ground worker, but I was wearing one of those wristbands like the Help for Heroes in British flag ones. And he went to the site manager to ask them to get me to take that wristband off because he found it offensive. My British Help for Heroes rubber waist wristband is offensive to you, is it? Even though you're Britain, you can fuck off, mate. So yeah, I never took it off, and I said to them, if you want me to take it off, I'll just walk off site. I've got other jobs going. I don't need to put myself out like that. Fuck yeah. And who's more important, the Sparky or the ground worker? So fuck them. Yeah, and I never did. And any crap like that, I would absolutely not go along with. I've always hated things like that. Um, but there you go. It cannot be. This is from Sarah Pochin, MP. It cannot be right that while British citizens wait years for social housing or struggle to buy their own home, the Labour government thinks it is acceptable to spend £100 million of taxpayers' money on a pilot housing asylum seekers previously kept in hotels. British citizens must come first. This is why I asked the government for how they can justify it. Well, it's simple, Sarah Pochin, how they justify it, and that is because they are our replacement. So Labour, who are already in bed with the old Muslims and everyone else that's not British, um, they're in bed with them. They will do anything that they want. That these ghettos, these communities of other sorts in our country want, they will basically get. We've seen just the other day um, the West Midlands police commissioner admit out loud that he's terrified, and the police are terrified of what would happen if the Muslims all gathered together, got their weapons and everything, much like they did during the summer riots the other year. Um, they're terrified of them. That's why they let them get away with rape gangs. That's why they will arrest a Christian on the street for preaching Christianity, but they won't arrest a Muslim for preaching Islam and the Quran. So basically at this point we're just being colonized, you know. And I don't mean that in a good way, because in this situation, it is women and children that will suffer the most. Absolutely will be. But don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, free bus pass travel discounts could be stripped from 1.2 million over 60s. Says that this, I mean, this is this is obviously going to be another one of those things like the winter fuel allowance, and it where Keir Starmer's going to have this great idea um, to strip pensioners of something that they desperately need. Um, and they're just they're just going to roll back on it. Well, I can already see it happening. They're just going to absolutely roll back on it and just it'll go live. It'll go live for like, oh, by the way, the guy that's or the girl that's just said these are all right wing talking points that are missing context. Yeah, I'm right wing. Cheers for claiming that up. I'm right wing, and if you're not, then please don't watch my stream. You're a moron. Good stuff. Glad we cleared that up. Yeah, so this is just going to be one of those things that they are absolutely going to just it will get rolled out 2 months later when everyone's pissed off with them and telling them what for. They'll just roll back on it again, and nothing will come of it. Like so many of Keir Starmer's absolutely narrow-minded, stupid ideas that he's had. But it'll be funny. I mean, there's at least that it will be entertaining. for a while, to just watch him squirm and still think that he's popular, even though everyone absolutely detests him. It's absolutely, what a joke. The last I saw, his rating was at minus 11, I think it was, which I believe is the lowest in histories. So, I mean, that tells you everything that you need to know. Um, so, good for Keir Starmer. He's accomplished something. He's managed to become the most hated man in Britain. So, well done. Uh, it belongs to its people. European leaders deliver stark warning to Donald Trump over Greenland takeover threats. I don't know much about Greenland, to be honest. If it is like the rest of Europe, where they're letting loads of invaders in and ruining the country, then yes, let Donald Trump take over. Why not? Frankly, we all need every country in Europe, and the Commonwealth, that needs apart from USA, needs a massive kick in the ass. They really do. Just sort your countries out. But again, like I said, it's not going to happen until 2029, probably around about that point. But until then, we're stuck with Keir Starmer, the whiny little bitch. The only good we can take from any of this is that it's pretty entertaining. It's pretty entertaining to watch Keir Starmer fail. It's pretty funny to yeah, just watch him squirm and just oh my god. Oh, yeah, let's try and enjoy it for the next 4 years, and maybe we'll sort something out after that, maybe, if it's not too late. Um So, massive scandal is unfolding in Parliament. West Midlands police are admitting they are terrified of Muslims in the local area arming themselves. This is why they lied. This is why they've covered it up. They're terrified of Muslims. Yeah, we've known this for years. This is another one of those instances where the mainstream media is so behind on what the rest of us know, that it's you just go like that, you just sort of shrug it off. Like, yeah, we know you're terrified of the Muslims. We know that's why you won't arrest them. We know. It's the same as the Crown Prosecution Services. We know that they're terrified of Muslims as well. It would appear the only people that aren't in bed with the Muslims, the only people that aren't scared of the Muslims, are the British people. Yeah, good stuff. What have we got here? So, travel warning issued for Lincolnshire ahead of worst driving condition in years. Now, the reason that I've included this story is because I just don't, I just don't believe it. I live in Lincolnshire, and this is Lincolnshire Live that has put this out. And they're saying that, oh my god, don't go out unless you have to. Oh, it's so dangerous. We're so dangerous out there. And it's just not. It's just really, really not. I went out in the car yesterday, absolutely fine. There's been there's been maybe a couple of millimeters of snow. But in Lincolnshire, in fact, across Britain, you've had schools closed. It made me laugh on Monday. It made me laugh on Monday when it was the snow first started to settle, and it hadn't thawed and then frozen over again. So there was no black ice or anything like that. It was just and they were putting warnings and stuff out. It's a couple of millimeters of snow. Get over yourselves, for God's sake. Just absolute morons. But there you go. Again, it is quite funny. So the Tehran, again in Iran, um, the BBC are apparently, this is from David Vance. The BBC are absolutely refusing to cover any of the Iran goings on. There's basically a revolution going on in Iran at the moment, and the BBC apparently have not covered any of it at all. If I get a little bit of time at the end, I will actually go onto the BBC website and see if I can find anything, because I don't watch the BBC. I don't have their app. I don't have anything BBC. I can't stand the BBC. As far as I'm concerned, it's just all a load of paedophiles and just disgusting people. And I won't do that. I won't watch any of it. It's disgusting. But yeah, apparently the BBC just absolutely not covering anything happening in Iran at all. Um, God knows why. The thing is, that's the thing, that they do more damage to themselves by staying absolutely silent on it, because people know that this is happening in Iran, but oh God, people know this is happening in Iran, and everywhere else, every other news station, every website, every app, people are talking about it, covering it, sharing videos of it. And then you've got BBC, who may have it in a small section on their website or something, hidden away. You have to scroll down for 10 minutes to get to it. I know that was an old technique they used to do when they didn't want to report on a story, but they kind of had to. That was I remember that when that was one of their techniques. But yeah, apparently they've not commented that they're not covering it at all, or I bet you they are covering it. It's just a tiny, tiny bit, just somewhere on their website, just right down in the middle of nowhere. There you go. So Bella Ramsey, I've already covered. Well, already done. I won't go into this too much because I've already covered this morning in my morning news short form video. Bella Ramsey has slammed Mothercare for Mothercare and demands an urgent reband to be inclusive, claiming the shop's name ignores the reality that not every mother is is female. Well, they are. Well, they are though. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's called Mothercare because it caters to mothers that care for their children. Hence the name Mothercare. If they wanted to do father care, I'm sure they would, because those are two distinct, different roles that the family sort of goes by. And if you don't believe that, then we disagree. And I hope you have a good day. And don't bother watching me if you disagree with that. Fair dues. What was the left? What was left? The credibility of the West Midlands Police has been destroyed today. Oh yeah, this is this was the story about the West Midlands Police Commissioner, who admitted that he's terrified of invaders and Islam and Muslims basically ganging up against the police, which again, we've all seen that happen. When I mean, it happens all the time, but when the guys from the airport broke that woman's nose, the female police officers, when they broke her nose and attacked the police officers, That guy's still not been sentenced or anything. So we know that they're absolutely scared of him. And the reason for that is because that night, um, all the Muslims in the local area went and protested outside their local police station and yeah, basically just interrogated and intimidated the police until they let those two guys go. If you can get away with it, do it. You know, it really is just a shame that white people don't stick up for each other like that. But you know, maybe we will in the future, like Iran, when Britain becomes an Islamic state. Maybe then finally we'll sort of back each other up and have each other's back. But until then, we are very divided. We're absolutely divided. Um, okay, we are. Okay, this made me laugh from Merseyside Police, right? So Merseyside Police say they're appealing for uh, they're appealing for information on a missing guy, and they've given a description of him so that you can look out for this guy. If you see him, you need to phone Merseyside Police and let them know, right? So he is described as 6 foot 2 inches tall, of slim build with black hair. When he was last seen, he was wearing an all black tracksuit, black trainers, and black puffer jacket. Right now, nowhere in that did it say he was black. So they put a picture up, but they can't say described as a black male, 6 foot 2 inches tall. So they've gone into detail of everything, and he's wearing black everything. So the word black is mentioned one, two, three, four, four times in this, and at no point do they say he's black male. And you would have thought that would have been quite a strong thing to go on when looking for somebody. Is he black, white, Arabic, Indian? You should probably start with that, you know. Um, oh, just absolute insanity. But they can't do it because they fear. Again, they fear being called racist or something. It's not racist to call a white person white. It's not racist to call a black person black. It's not racist to call an Indian person Indian. Just get over yourselves, grow up, and just get on with your job, you absolute losers. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, right. It's a bit of a serious one now, actually. There was a few months back during the summer that schools were being shut down left, right, and center. They were going into lockdown because of different invaders and stuff that were going onto the school properties and different things. Now, this has reached Lincolnshire again, where I'm from. And a school in Spalding issues an update after they were locked down over a report of pupil with knife. So just be aware that this kind of thing now, lockdowns and things like that, they are in Lincolnshire now. This isn't something that happens down in Essex and things like that, like it used to be, or Manchester or Birmingham. It's here now. Again, we knew it'd happen. I myself put many warnings out there saying it's coming to us. Operation Scatter will make sure that the invaders will be brought to us, that the problems that they bring will be brought to us. And sure enough, here it is. So got we've got uh, Let's do this story actually. A Muslim police officer is attacked by pro Palestine protesters. At last night's protests, mob of violent, angry Muslims targeted a Muslim police officer saying, "You're Muslim, Allah Akbar." And the police officer responded by asking if they pray 5 times a day. So again, basically, what you've got there is Muslims saying to a Muslim police officer, "Look, you shouldn't be with the police. You should be with us because you're Muslim." So even they fight amongst themselves, saying, "You're with them or you're with us." And yeah, I mean, the pro Palestine lot are the biggest hypocrites going anyway. Everyone knows this. So for and they do consist of very left wing people, um, and Muslims generally, Iraqis, Pakistanis, and so forth. And they will basically attack anyone that goes against their narrative. It's exactly the same as like I was talking about earlier with Hope Not Hate, with Keir Starmer. It's just that's the way the left work. You are getting a lot of people that are leaving the left now because they can't keep up. I mean, this is this is why Blue Sky went to shit, wasn't it? Because it became such a lefty app, and and it became just a cesspit of the furthest left people trying to get the moderately left people to go further, to be more extreme, to go further left. And yeah, a lot of people just ditched the app, ditched Blue Sky because they were like, nah, this isn't what I signed up for. I'm not going to go that far left and basically become a criminal." What's this? Drag the puzzle piece. Oh, okay. Don't know what that was all about. Little puzzle piece apparently on TikTok. If you're not using it for a while, I guess it just you have to drag a puzzle piece across. Good stuff. Anyway, 57-minute mark, just under an hour. Um, yeah, it's been fantastic spending this hour with you. I genuinely appreciate it. I hope we've all learned something today. I know I have. I've learned how awesome you lot are. Yeah. And I will likely be back tomorrow, midday, with the second episode of Arizona Sunshine. Unfortunately, it's really annoying. I can't live stream that because my Oculus Quest just won't. It won't live stream for some reason. I think you need to have like a Windows PC or a Mac PC or something to do that. And I've only got Chromebook and Android stuff, which is a bit annoying. I am debating on whether to go out and buy a Windows PC, but I doubt I will. So unfortunately, rather than getting the Arizona Sunshine episode 2 tomorrow at 12:30, you'll probably get it. It'll probably be uploaded at about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Um, yeah, unfortunately. I would say I'd just do it earlier in the day and just make sure it's ready for 12:30. But obviously I've got to go to the gym and everything tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be giving that up to stand around playing Oculus. Right. Thanks for joining me today. I will see you all soon, hopefully tomorrow, or maybe later if there's some news that comes in. Cheers. How do I stop the stop streaming?